Uh, Today, November 24, 2024, 7:38 a.m. We continue our recording on the 1987 Constitution, Article 9, Constitutional Commissions. Letter A, Common Provisions, Section 1. The Constitutional Commissions, which shall be independent, are the Civil Service Commission, the Commission on Elections, and the Commission on Audit. Section 2. No member of a constitutional commission shall, during his tenure, hold any other office or employment. Neither shall he engage in the practice of any profession or in the active management or control of any business which, in any way, may be affected by the functions of his office. Nor shall he be financially interested, directly or indirectly, in any contract with or in any franchise or privilege granted by the government, any of its subdivisions, agencies, or instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations or their subsidiaries. Section 3. The salary of the chairman and the commissioners shall be fixed by law and shall not be decreased during their tenure. Section 4. The constitutional commissions shall appoint their officials and employees in accordance with law. Section 5. The commissions shall enjoy fiscal autonomy. Their approved annual appropriations shall be automatically and regularly released. Section 6. Each commission and bank may promulgate its own rules concerning pleadings and practice before it or before any of its offices. Such rules, however, shall not diminish, increase, or modify substantive rights. Section 7. Each commission shall decide by a majority vote of all its members any case or matter brought before it within 60 days from the date of its submission for decision or resolution. A case or matter is deemed submitted for decision or resolution upon the filing of the last pleading, brief, or memorandum required by the rules of the Commission or by the Commission itself. Unless otherwise provided by this Constitution or by law, any decision, order, or ruling of its Commission may be brought to the Supreme Court on certiorari by the aggrieved party within 30 days from receipt of a copy thereof. Section 8. Each commission shall perform such other functions as may be provided by law. B. The Civil Service Commission. Section 1, Paragraph 1. The Civil Service shall be administered by the Civil Service Commission composed of a chairman and 2 commissioners, who shall be natural citizens or natural-born citizens of the Philippines, and at the time of their appointment at least 35 years of age, with proven capacity for public administration, and must not have been candidates for any elective positions in the elections immediately preceding their appointment. Paragraph 2. The chairman and the commissioner shall be appointed by the President with the consent of the Commission on Appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. Of those first appointed, the chairman shall hold office for 7 years, a commissioner for 5 years, and another commissioner for 3 years without reappointment. Appointment to any vacancy shall be only for the unexpired term of the predecessor. In no case shall any member be appointed or designated in a temporary or acting capacity. Next, Section 2, Paragraph 1. The Civil Service embraces all branches, subdivisions, instrumentalities, and agencies of the government, including government-owned or controlled corporations with original charters. Paragraph 2. Appointments in the civil service shall be made only according to merit and fitness, to be determined as far as practicable, and except to positions which are policy determining, primarily confidential or highly technical, by competitive examination. Paragraph 3. No officer or employee of the civil service shall be removed or suspended except for cause provided by law. Paragraph 4. No officer or employee in the civil service shall engage directly or indirectly in any electioneering or partisan political campaign. Paragraph 5. The right to self-organization shall not be denied to government employees. Paragraph 6. Temporary employees of the government shall be given such protection as may be provided by law. Next, Section 3. The Civil Service Commission, as the central personnel agency of the government, shall establish a career service and adopt measures to promote moral, efficiency, integrity, responsiveness, progressiveness, and courtesy in the civil service. It shall strengthen the merit and rewards system, integrate all human resources development programs for all the levels and ranks, and institutionalize a management climate conducive to public accountability. It shall submit to the President and the Congress an annual report on its personnel programs. Section 4. All public officers and employees shall take an oath or affirmation to uphold and defend this Constitution. Next, Section 5. The Congress shall provide for the standardization of compensation of government officials and employees, including those in government-owned or controlled corporations with original charters, taking into account the nature of the responsibilities pertaining to and the qualifications required for their positions. Section 6. No candidate who has lost in any election shall, within 1 year after such election, be appointed to any office in the government or any government-owned or controlled corporations or in any of their subsidiaries. Section 7. No elective official shall be eligible for appointment or designation in any capacity to any public office or position during his tenure, unless otherwise allowed by law or by the primary functions of his position. No appointive official shall hold any other office or employment in the government or any subdivision, agency, or instrumentality thereof, including government-owned or controlled corporations or their subsidiaries. Section 8. No elective or appointive public officer or employee shall receive additional, double, or indirect compensation unless specifically authorized by law, nor accept without the consent of the Congress any present, emolument, office, or title of any kind from any foreign government. Pensions or gratuities shall not be considered as additional, double, or indirect compensation. Next, letter C, the Commission on Elections. Section 1, Paragraph 1. There shall be a commission on elections composed of a chairman and 6 commissioners, who shall be natural-born citizens of the Philippines and at the time of their appointment at least 35 years of age, holders of a college degree, and must not have been candidates for any elective positions in the immediately preceding elections. However, a majority thereof, including the chairman, shall be members of the Philippine Bar who have been engaged in the practice of law for at least 10 years. Paragraph 2. The chairman and the commissioners shall be appointed by the President with the consent of the Commission on Appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. Of those first appointed, 3 members shall hold office for 7 years, 2 members for 5 years, and the last member for 3 years without reappointment. Appointment to any vacancy shall be only for the unexpired term of the predecessor. In no case shall any member be appointed or designated in a temporary or acting capacity. Section 2. Section 2. The Commission on Elections shall exercise the following powers and functions. Paragraph 1. Enforce and administer all laws and regulations relative to the conduct of an election, plebiscite, initiative, referendum, and recall. Paragraph 2. Exercise exclusive original jurisdiction over all contests relating to the elections, returns, and qualifications of all elective regional, provincial, and city officials, and appellate jurisdiction over all contests involving elective municipal officials decided by trial courts of general jurisdiction or involving elective barangay officials decided by trial courts of limited jurisdiction. Decisions, final orders, or rulings of the Commission on Election contest involving elective municipal and barangay offices shall be final, executory, and not appealable. Paragraph 3. Decide, except those involving the right to vote, all questions affecting elections, including determination of the number and location of polling places, appointment of election officials and inspectors, and registration of voters. Paragraph 4. Deputize, with the concurrence of the President, law enforcement agencies, and instrumentalities of the government, including the armed forces of the Philippines, for the exclusive purpose of ensuring free, orderly, honest, peaceful, and credible elections. Paragraph 5. Register, after sufficient publication, political parties, organizations, or coalitions which, in addition to other requirements, must present their platform or program of government and accredit citizens' arms of the Commission on Elections. Religious denominations and sects shall not be registered. Those who seek to achieve their goals through violence or unlawful means, or refuse to uphold and adhere to this Constitution, or which are supported by any foreign government, shall likewise be refused registration. Financial contributions from foreign governments and their agencies to political parties, organizations, coalitions, or candidates related to elections constitute interference in national affairs, and, when accepted, shall be an additional ground for the cancellation of their registration with the Commission, in addition to other penalties that may be prescribed by law. Paragraph 6. File upon a verified complaint or on its own initiative petitions in court for inclusion or exclusion of voters, investigate, and, where appropriate, prosecute cases of violations of election laws, including acts or omissions constituting election frauds, offenses, and malpractices. Paragraph 7. Recommend to the Congress effective measures to minimize election spending, including limitation of places where propaganda materials shall be posted, and to prevent and penalize all forms of election frauds, offenses, malpractices, and nuisance candidacies. Paragraph 8. Recommend to the President the removal of any officer or employee it has deputized, or the imposition of any other disciplinary action for violation or disregard of or disobedience to its directive, order, or decision. Paragraph 9. Submit to the President and the Congress a comprehensive report on the conduct of each election, plebiscite, initiative, referendum, or recall. Section 3. The Commission on Elections may sit en banc or in two divisions, and shall promulgate its rules of procedure in order to expedite disposition of election cases, including pre-proclamation controversies. All such election cases shall be heard and decided in division, provided that motions for reconsideration of decisions shall be decided by the Commission en banc. Section 4. The Commission may, during the election period, supervise or regulate the enjoyment or utilization of all franchises or permits for the operation of transportation and other public utilities, media of communication or information, all grants, special privileges, or concessions granted by the government or any subdivision, agency, or instrumentality thereof, including any government-owned or controlled corporation or its subsidiary. Such supervision or regulation shall aim to ensure equal opportunity and equal rates, therefore, for public information campaigns and forums among candidates in connection with the objective of holding free, orderly, honest, peaceful, and credible elections. Section 5. No pardon, amnesty, parole, or suspension of sentence for violation of election laws, rules, and regulations shall be granted by the President without the favorable recommendation of the Commission. Section 6. A free and open party system shall be allowed to evolve according to the free choice of the people, subject to the provisions of this article. Section 7. No votes cast in favor of a political party, organization, or coalition shall be valid, except for those registered under the party list system as provided in this Constitution. Section 8. Political parties or organizations or coalitions registered under the party list system shall not be represented in the voters' registration boards, boards of election inspectors, boards of canvassers, or other similar bodies. However, they shall be entitled to appoint poll watchers in accordance with law. Section 9. Unless otherwise fixed by the Commission in special cases, the election period shall commence 90 days before the day of the election and shall end 30 days thereafter. Section 10. Bona fide candidates for any public office shall be free from any form of harassment and discrimination. Section 11. Funds certified by the Commission as necessary to defray the expenses for holding regular and special elections, plebiscites, initiatives, referenda, and recalls shall be provided in the regular or special appropriations, and once approved, shall be released automatically upon certification by the Chairman of the Commission. Next, letter D, Commission on Audit. Section 1, Paragraph 1. There shall be a Commission on Audit composed of a Chairman and 2 Commissioners who shall be natural-born citizens of the Philippines and at the time of their appointment at least 35 years of age, certified public accountants with not less than 10 years of auditing experience, or members of the Philippine Bar who have been engaged in the practice of law for at least 10 years and must not have been candidates for any elective position in the elections immediately preceding their appointment. At no time shall all members of the Commission belong to the same profession. Paragraph 2. The Chairman of the Commissioner and the Commissioners shall be appointed by the President with the consent of the Commission on Appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. Of those first appointed, the Chairman shall hold office for 7 years, one Commissioner for 5 years, and the other Commissioner for 3 years without reappointment. Appointment to any vacancy shall be only for the unexpired portion of the term of the predecessor. In no case shall any member be appointed or designated in a temporary or acting capacity. Section 2, Paragraph 1. The Commission on Audit shall have the power, authority, and duty to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to the revenue and receipts of and expenditures or uses of funds and property owned or held in trust by or pertaining to the government or any of its subdivisions, agencies, or instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations with original charters and on a post-audit basis. Letter A. Constitutional bodies, commissions, and offices that have been granted fiscal autonomy under this Constitution. B. Autonomous state colleges and universities. C. Other government-owned or controlled corporations and their subsidiaries. D. Such non-governmental entities receiving subsidy or equity directly or indirectly from or through the government, which are required by law, or the granting institution to submit to such audit as a condition of subsidy or equity. However, where the internal control system of the audited agencies is inadequate, the Commission may adopt such measures, including temporary or special pre-audit, as are necessary and appropriate to correct the deficiencies. It shall keep the general accounts of the government, and for such period as may be provided by law, preserve the vouchers and other supporting papers pertaining thereto. Paragraph 2. The Commission shall have exclusive authority, subject to the limitations in this article, to define the scope of its audit and examination, establish the techniques and methods required therefor, and promulgate accounting and auditing rules and regulations, including those for the prevention and disallowance of irregular, unnecessary, excessive, extravagant, or unconscionable expenditures or uses of government funds and properties. Section 3. No law shall be passed exempting any entity of the government, of its subsidiaries, in any guise whatever, or any investment of public funds from the jurisdiction of the Commission on Audit. Section 4. The Commission shall submit to the President and the Congress, within the time fixed by law, an annual report covering the financial condition and operation of the government, its subdivisions, agencies, and instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations and non-governmental entities, subject to its audit, and recommend measures necessary to improve their effectiveness and efficiency. It shall submit such other reports as may be required by law.